Well, yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, it's not like speed was a factor in our crash.
But we couldn't stop. I even told you to slow down. Rick, slow down.
Trying.
I just remembered right before we crashed, you said something about the brakes. I remember telling you to slow down and you couldn't. Do you remember that?
I do. And I couldn't because of the black ice. You know, the tires were slipping all over the road and I couldn't steer through it.
Oh. I don't remember that part.
Well, look, don't torture yourself over it. I can remember enough for both of us. And besides, it doesn't really matter. You know, the insurance company collected the car from the impound lot already, so it's gone. Look, you and I are both recovering, and I think the best thing to do is to just put this whole horrible incident behind us.
Wow, I'm surprised. The Rick I know would have already tried to sue the city for the black ice, pay for that new fancy car of yours.
Wow. After all these years, you look at me as an ambulance chaser. Look, Elizabeth, I hope you know, if you had been seriously injured, I'd have made sure that somebody paid for it.
How's breakfast?
Oh, yeah, it's always good to catch up with Mom and Lulu. Everyone's relieved that Rocco's okay. And now Lulu has something to hold over his head for, forever. So, it's all good.
Well, as a mom, you gotta have a few cards up your sleeve.
Lulu never forgets anything, so I think Rocco's grandchildren are probably gonna hear about what he did. What about you? You doing okay? Can I get you anything?
Yeah, no, I'm fine. Rick stopped by earlier to show off his new Porsche.
That's typical.
But while we were talking, I remembered something about the crash.
Oh, yeah? What?
I remembered telling Rick to slow down right before we crashed, and Rick remembers losing control of the car because he hit black ice.
Oh. Does Rick remember anything else?
He's remembered a few things about the accident, but when I asked him about it, he said we just need to let it go. That the insurance company has already taken the car from the impound lot, and since it's gone, there's really nothing for us to do but move on.
That's good. He's moving on from
Yeah.
all of this. Yeah. Wait, did you say the insurance company took his car?
Yeah, that's what Rick said.
In my opinion.
What up, y'all? This your boy Ace here, and welcome to Afternoons Delight. So we had a good episode on Wednesday, man. So some of the other storylines were able to play out today. I've been waiting for them to kind of get back to the Christina storyline with the car and stuff. And so we saw Liz for the first time in a little while now. I think I can't remember the last time I saw Liz on the show. It's been a little bit. Good to see her back on there. But so she was talking to Rick and Lucky, and basically Liz is starting to get her memory back a little bit about what happened that night and stuff. And she remembers an aspect when, she was talking to Rick about it. Like, she remembers she told him to, like, slow down. Remember, that was in the scene where she was telling Rick to slow down. So he says he slipped on, like, some black ice or something like that. And that's what caused, for him to, not be able to slow down, right? And we know that wasn't the real case. So he claims, what really got Liz going a little bit is that she noticed that he had a new car outside. He had a new sports car outside after the crash. And so that was suspicious, in that situation, that for Rick to have that new sports car. And then his lie was that he said the insurance company took it, right? The insurance company took it. So Lucky comes home, and Liz kind of bombards him with this conversation she had with Rick about his car and all of that stuff. And so Lucky had asked her if Rick remembers anything else about it, and she says Rick said the car was gone and the insurance company took it. And so Lucky was kind of taking a note that the insurance company claimed his car, his old car. That's why he came with the new one. So So this is interesting, right? So remember, Liz and Rick got their memory back, and we already know Rick knows what happened, because remember it was pretty much exposed that he knows what happened, so he had to pretty much lie in order to kind of go with Ava right now because they've been getting all this money from Alexis. And so Lucky is also trying to know because he's not trying to get his own self in trouble for covering for Christina. So it's like, Lucky is trying to make sure things aren't going off the rails. And that's why a lot of the stuff that was going on here in this conversation was key because Alexis found out something that was really key here when she got Spinelli to investigate. And what's crazy is that I didn't ever think about Spinelli investigating anything, but I always said, why don't they use Spinelli sometimes to investigate stuff like this? Because he's got those resources. I think that's why Tracy wanted Jason to do it, to go find her great grandson, which is Gio, because that's who Jason would have used was Spinelli. But remember, I told you guys, did I put that video up? Oh man, I might not put that video up because I'm a day behind. I did a video when Tracy and Jason was talking, and I was talking about how because Carly, Lulu was telling Carly that she suspects that Gio is the long lost son of Dante in Brooklyn. So that made me think if Carly was ever going to tell Jason about it. So that's what was making me think about, Spinelli being put into the test. So we're going to do a separate video on that, talking about Alexis and Spinelli, the information that they found out, because this is huge when it comes to the situation with Alexis right now. And I know she's going to get the Ava about this. So this situation is pretty sticky right now, and it makes me wonder if Liz is really determined to find out the truth or not. That's what I want to know too. It's going to be really tricky here. It's going to be really tricky, man, because I don't know if she finds out what happens, but it's going to be a tricky situation. I'll tell y'all that. I'll tell y'all right off the bat, it's definitely going to be a tricky situation, man. So we going to have to find out how this is going to go, man. But going ahead and give me your thoughts on this. We got to get to Alexis and Spinelli next. Actually, should we talk about Christina and Dante? I think we're going to do Christina and Dante next, and then we'll do Alexis and Spinelli. So watch those two videos coming up. Going ahead and give this video a like, share, subscribe, y'all. Thank y'all for watching. After News to Light.